Colleen, break out the dog masks. Wait, no, that's a different team.
Yeah. Right.
But the Patriots playing that disrespect card. Tom Brady asked about it yesterday. Said, well, we're going in to play the #1 seed, and he kind of downplayed it, whatever. Julian Edelman bet against
us.
But then refused to take any questions on that when asked about it. You know what? This team has been playing this underdog card. We talked last week. We're having the Are the Pats Vulnerable chat for like the 10th time this year. They must have been watching every one of them because I'm told that this underdog thing didn't just pop up last week, but they've kind of been talking about it behind the scenes in New England, which you never get to see.
Wow.
Like for the entire season. Oh, they think we're vulnerable. So they're peaking right now as far as their underdog.
Got to create a little adversity for yourself.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess so. 8th straight championship game for them. Definitely underdogs. They are definitely underdogs.
They're going for their 3rd Super Bowl in a row.
Unbelievable. And finally, the Chiefs. They shut down Indy 31-13. KC's offense rolled, but the defense, they stepped up too, holding Andrew Luck and the Colts to just 266 yards. All right, Mike Robb, what kind of performance do you expect tomorrow?
Yeah, Kansas City defense also held that Indianapolis Colts offense to 87 rushing yards. Those guys stood up. They played physical football, and I'm really looking at they're going to have to stop the physical running of the New England Patriots this week. Last week they rushed for 273 yards. This offense is starting to run through Sony Michel. They're not going to be at home in Foxborough. I'm expecting this game to be won or lost in the trenches in the run game for the AFC Championship.
Well, let's dive a little deeper into this game. It's the first ever championship game at Arrowhead. So let's get out to Mike Giardi, who's covering the Patriots, and James Palmer with the Chiefs. So, Mike, let's talk about what the Patriots are focusing on tomorrow.
First things first, Colleen, is keeping Patrick Mahomes in the pocket. They say he is outstanding in the pocket, but it's when he gets outside the pocket, James, that he makes special plays. They saw that the first time they played way back in Week 6, and they've seen it over and over again on tape. Jason McCourty saying, I watched this guy, and I think he's amazing, that I've never seen anyone do the sorts of things that he has done. And if you think it's a one-time thing, throw him the left-handed pass or rolling to his right, throwing a crossbody left, no, it's not. You see it week after week after week. I mean, he has been that guy this year. That's why he's the MVP.
It is, and you look at the creativity and what he's been able to do physically. They knew that when they drafted him, but they also knew the mental side of things, and that's where they believe he has grown and where Patrick Mahomes believes he's grown since that Week 6 matchup. What he says is the Ravens and the Patriots have shown him more unscripted looks than anybody this year, but he also said, I have learned so much in terms of reading defenses. I've talked to players that said he's gotten so much faster at what he reads pre-snap. So, Colleen, they do believe, and Patrick Mahomes himself, that he is more prepared mentally for this Patriots defense that can give you so many different looks in this game than he was in Week 6. And outside of the 2 mistakes, he played pretty good in that Week 6 game also.
Yeah, they gotta start a little quicker this time. You guys together. I'm so glad you guys are together this time too. And James Palmer with the very chic scarf just blowing in the wind out there too.
Yeah.
You were worried about the weather.
And no hat, huh?
I'm still concerned about the weather, guys. I'm cold.
Yeah.
He's a human windsock right now.
Exactly.
Hair looks awesome as usual.
Hair is on point, though, of course. Thank you, guys. So, yes, weather was originally supposed to be a major factor here. They were talking about the Arctic blast coming in, but now, and snow, all sorts of stuff. But now it's, just supposed to be
The high at 29.
20s. It's fine. Okay, but it is still below freezing, technically. So, how much more difficult is it to play when it's below freezing, Steve?
It's very difficult to play. It's freezing, right? And you're
All right, on the break.
I'm just saying, like, how is it man, it's cold as bleep. It's cold, right? And that all has a factor with warming up. The worst part about playing in cold weather isn't the playing part. It's the sitting. It's when you're not on the field. You have to keep your body temperature up. And why is that important? Because of your especially the runners, hamstrings, quads and all that stuff. You're more susceptible to pulling. So you have to have layers, but it also restricts you. And also, it just is a lot that goes into it. I mean, we've had multiple times. I've had a pair of gloves catch on fire.
What?
Because you're so close to the heater.
Really?
Trying to get in that heat.
And trying to get in that heater. And you realize the fabric
is burning.
It has a warning. Do not get this close to fire. And you're over there with the heater and it's going. And man, I'm sitting by the heater. I'm like,
What's that smell?
Burning up.
Who's burning? I'm burning. You know, so, but that's what it is. And so you'll see guys, you will see guys, literally, mobs of guys, 3 or 4 guys, looked up to the heater. You'll get some rank and order in there. Hey, Rook.
You got to move.
Hey, you watching. I'm playing. I need to heat up, you know, so you got to get going. So that's one of the things. And then also, too, the ground. How is that ground going to be? The middle of the field is generally where a lot of the heaters are in a stadium. But outside of the numbers, near the sidelines are generally frozen. It's harder traction, so it becomes a little bit more difficult for the wide receiver. So you have to dig in deeper, making sure that you have proper technique and not, getting down low on your brakes instead of being up tall. So you have to factor in all that.
I'll tell you one thing, tackling to me will be at a premium, especially when the weather's like this. That's why you see the running game. That's why in the playoffs, when weather does become a factor, defenders don't want to tackle. You know, they don't want to, tackle the running back and take him to the ground. And Steve alluded to the ground being icy, the ground being whether it's soft or hard. Expect ball carriers to, try to brace themselves going to the ground. And I expect fumbles that could possibly be the difference in game.
They redid that field this week, at least parts of the field. And supposedly they're real confident that everything's going to hold up there and it'll be a better surface because of what's that?
It'll tear up.
You think so?
You can't put in real grass on Monday, and it all takes soil. Man, that stuff requires a lot of tender loving care and then just time. 4 days, 5 days is not enough time to put in brand new grass that you just got off the dump truck. Put it on there, you sprinkle some seed and water it, lime and all of it.
TLC and love.
He's got a gardening segment.
Yeah, he's good.
Man, that stuff ain't gonna take root and be solidified.
It's true.
To have 350-pound, as big as 350-pound guys running full speed, stopping on the dime, and that grass going, I got you, big fella. That ain't happening, dog.
That's true. I'm wondering, too, if the blood supermoon, wolf moon, whatever is happening on Sunday night, will that be a factor, weather aside? We'll see.
Also, wolf with an E? No?
No.
In my world, it is, yes.
Yeah.
Let's compare playoff resumes here, shall we, with Brady and Mahomes?
This is unfair.
This is fun.
It's unfair.
38 playoff starts, 28 playoff wins, and 14 Pro Bowls.
Dude's almost old enough to be his dad.
And Mahomes.
Manipulation.
What kind of slacker here? What is this, like your first year in the league starting? Come on. Get to it. Biggest difference there.